What is this?
If someone farts all right, what's the problem now?
Oh, boy.
What's the problem? What's the problem?
The Emperor is not happy with his coffee.
Oh, no. Are we going to have to break into this bit with a reading?
What is this?
What's the problem, Jimmy?
I don't know.
Kill him!
I don't know, but,
Oh, boy.
Derek, why is your face turning red?
Warm up your vocal cords. You might be reading.
Might have to warm up that...
Where do we get our coffee every day?
All right, what's going on? No one knows what's going on.
Look at that cup. What brand is on that cup?
I don't know.
Exactly. But if it said Starbucks, you'd know that immediately.
Oh, yeah. Ben, don't explain what's happening on the air because people hate your voice.
Stop ruining things, Ben.
You're ruining the show, Ben.
I don't like... This is why 2 reasons I don't like this coffee. It doesn't taste good, and I don't like supporting the savages that run most of these delis. Yeah, I know Starbucks is a big world order type of thing. Yup, you betcha. But at least they're not funding terrorism. I will not support the savages.
How much money from one cup of coffee, from like $1 cup of coffee, do you think goes to Al-Qaeda?
I'm not saying necessarily Al-Qaeda, but...
I would say probably 15 cents out of every buck.
You might be right.
Yeah.
And even if it doesn't go to Al-Qaeda, it just goes to a guy who will watch a video of the insurgents and go, well, I see their point, and I just don't want him to have my 15 cents.
You don't want to support that, my friend.
Absolutely not.
You're insane.
I'm not insane. I won't support it.
Did you get that cup of coffee from a raghead?
No, I got it downstairs.
Exactly. The ones that they won't let me in. Sometimes I come in at 5 to 6 or whatever. Oh, we're closed. I'm like, can I buy coffee? No.
That's a normal joint though. That's not one of those corner delis.
Whatever it is, I don't like it. I like Starbucks. I like the big company that mushes the mom and pop awful companies. Only because their coffee is always stale.
So did you tell him to go to Starbucks and he didn't?
You want to taste this? You want to taste this and see how enjoyable this is?
Why don't you throw it against the wall,
I'm not going to do that in the studio. I'm not a diva. I just want Starbucks coffee.
I want Starbucks coffee. Mm-hmm. I'm a diva.
Why
are you picking up your Rent Boys book?
I don't know. Look, I like him. He's a good kid. He's got a great smile. But we all know the rules.
Oh, God, the show's going to turn gay again.
It's not going to turn gay, but when you...
I just pray there's a couple out there that wants to try to become the sexiest state in America
When you ask the intern for coffee, and they know where you like your coffee from, and they come back...
Yeah, why did you go downstairs?
First of all, he didn't say anything about Starbucks, and I haven't been on a coffee run in like 3 weeks.
Oh, really?
3 or 4 weeks.
Really? Well, I haven't saluted the flag in a little while, but I still know to do it when it's in front of me.
Oh,
was that valid? No. Either way, as your punishment, because you're a fine young man and you work very hard, but this was inexcusable, there will have to be another coffee run for Starbucks, and you're going to have to read, young man. It's a very short paragraph from there to there, and I want you to read with dignity, and I want you to read proudly.
No laughing.
Hold on, Anthony, why don't you explain, because there's a lot of new listeners.
This is Jim's punishment.
This is the only bit that Jim Norton has officially brought to the O&A show.
Ever.
He contributes very nicely on a daily basis, but as far as bringing bits to the table, he usually doesn't. But but he decided to bring this one to the table.
He brought in a lovely book entitled Rent Boys.
Don't fold it back. You're bending the cover. I like that picture.
Rent Boys. On the cover is a nude young man covering his sensitives with his hand and another hand tweaking his nipple on the cover, and it's filled with stories of gay sex. And as Jim hands out these punishments to people around here when they do something wrong. And the punishment is to read from the book. You have to read seriously. You can't laugh it off like, make a joke about it, because then it just comes off like a joke.
And what happens if he laughs during it? You want him to pull his pants down and you can paddle him?
No, but if he laughs, believe me, I'll have him reading so much that his lips will be too tired to laugh. If he thinks Kaufman did some reading of The Great Gatsby, he will certainly be doing some...
Love Andy Kaufman references.
Very
nice. She gets Zamuda in here.
It's like a Mark Perreno show with an intern saying things like this. Great, huh? You need a PlayStation, young fella.
Dave from Jersey, he says, look, I never went for coffee there, but I know Norton loves Starbucks, so...
Yeah,
that's right, Dave from Jersey.
All right.
And I like the fact that Starbucks is always fresh. I'm not whoring for Starbucks. I just like the way it tastes the same every time. I would rather be like a hip, cool guy and a hip,
That's
cool.
what you like.
I'd rather support a smaller thing. Hey, I don't go with the big ones, man. But the coffee always stinks in these places. I'm sorry.
Stinks. It's different every different place
Every
you go.
place.
So you're safe at Starbucks.
I like the flavor.
There you go.
Don't read ahead, young man. Just be surprised as it happens.
All right, let her rip.
Yeah, enjoy.
Right. He withdraws, slowly, gently. He stands up. I reach over and peel the rubber away, letting it drop to the floor. I hug him to me and place a now semi-flaccid cock in my mouth. It no longer smells scrubbed. I lick it. I roll over on my back and hang my head over the edge of the bed. I begin stroking my cock, intent now on my own orgasm. He bends his hard prick so that it slides easily into my mouth and down my throat. As he begins to fuck my face, I close my eyes and breathe in the marvelous musky scent of his sweaty, heavy ballsack. I begin to come. He cannot stop me now. My pleasure is so intense I begin to choke on his flesh deep inside my throat.
Smells like
Oh, he tastes delicious.
victory.
I will be generous with this boy. Very generous.
Good job. Thanks, fella.
Oh,
Have some
Jesus.
coffee, medium with skim milk. Thank you.
It's gonna smell like his musty, heavy sack. Oh,
Look, that was harder for us than it was for you. That was difficult. I don't like to
that
meet out
was
this
pretty
punishments.
bad. That was a bad one. You could tell that was really, really bad.
Dude, I don't like. You think I like handing these out?
I think you do.
It helps people.
I really think you do.
Young Eric had a misstep the other day and did some reading, and might I say, he has been in tip-top shape ever